Thank you. Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Senator Chambers Armstrong. Senator Carpenter. Senator Deneen. Senator Givens. Senator Thayer. Senator Webb. Senator West. Senator Westerfield. Senator Wilson. Senator Boswell. And Chairman Howe.
Here.
We have a quorum.
This is only if Senate Bill 3 is called today. So we don't have to worry about this.
I think we do have a quorum. Does anyone have any guests they'd like to introduce? Senator Boswell?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yes, I have three guests with me today. Mr. Edwin Nybert. Well, he's the president of Kentucky League of Sportsmen. They have about 3,500 active members in the state of Kentucky. We have Miss. Would you please stand up? And Larry Richards, Kentuckiana Safari Club. And we have retired Colonel Mike Abel with Backcountry Hunters and Anglers with us today. Thank you for your attendance.
Thank you. Senator West, I believe you have some guests.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yes, I have a guest from Bourbon County. I have with me today Savannah Robin. She's a key leader in our community on Farm Bureau board and sits with my daughter on the Farm Bureau board. But I can't keep track of all her awards, but she just won some great big Farm Bureau award, and we're proud of her in Bourbon County and would ask that she be made welcome.
Thank you. We have a number of groups here. We have the Collegiate Farm Bureau here, including some people that are from the best #1 Senate district over in the far west part of the state that I like to claim. And we also have people here from the Agribusiness Association of Kentucky and Agribusiness Industry Network. And we just appreciate y'all coming in. First up, we have House Bill 130 by Representative McPherson. If you'll please make your way to the table with everybody that you have with you. Introduce yourself. You know the routine, and begin. Not too sure about some of the company you bring with you to the table, though, Representative McPherson. We're always happy to have y'all here, though.
Yes, Representative Sean McPherson, representing 22nd District.
Representative Richard Heath, House District Number 2.
So thank you, Board, and thank you, Mr. Chairman. We heard this in interim this summer. This is a House Bill 130 is a bill about earthen dams. We have about 200 earthen dams in the state of Kentucky. The history of that, they were built in the 1960s, 1970s. They are overseen by watershed conservatories, which we have about 38 in the state. Some of these conservatories have been doing really good, taking care of them. Some of them have just been kind of gone non-active. So this gives the framework for these conservatories that are non-active to be taken over by the district conservation boards and or the physical courts. The purpose of this is to be able to lever down federal money. There's about $100 million that's available each year through the federal to take care of this. But right now, we need matching funds. And we don't have that, and we don't have really the framework to bring that down. We do have about $5 million that was set aside a couple years ago to work on some of these. We've got 12 of these that are deemed right now as very much in need of being repaired. And that is about almost $100 million worth of need and about $34 million worth of match. So again, we're just trying to set up the framework of these that are non-active to be taken over by the different board and either discontinued, and it sets up the process of how you would go through that discontinuance. You would have to, they need to put a budget together every year, and if they have not put a budget together within a year, they would be considered inactive. Now, some of these cover more than one county, so they may, this watershed area that they serve may cover 2 or 3 counties. So the way that they are represented is the one that has the bigger county would have the bigger portion of people on that. To serve on this watershed conservatory, you must be a person that this is affected by. They are taxed. These people are taxed. They do have a special taxing district, and it came up in the other, as we testified before the House, they are subject to the 4% each year, recallable. So that's kind of, if anybody has any questions.
Thank you. Anybody have any questions on this? I have one, if not, and I apologize. I think we talked about this some, but in the multi-county conservation district or watershed districts, is there any sort of interlocal agreement amongst the counties that is required, or do we take care of that part of the structure in the statute?
Well, so again, the county that has the most people that would represent that board. Now, if they want to discontinue this, if any of those three decide that they vote that they do not want to, then they could take it up themselves and reestablish and reform this. But if they all agree, then we could discontinue it. But if any one of the three does not, then it will stay intact for another year.
Thank you, and thank you. I know that the two of you have done a lot of work on this over a year or two. It's one of the things that I think that we face in the state that we're having to deal with is we have years and years of deferred maintenance, and we've lost some of our infrastructure around some of that maintenance. And nowhere is that more evident in this issue. We've got some real issues with some dam works that will create a real problem for us if we don't address them timely. And I really appreciate all the hard work that you have put into this. Thanks for coming. Is there anyone here that would like to speak out in opposition to this bill? Motion by Senator Boswell, second by Senator Carpenter. Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Senator Chambers Armstrong, Senator Boswell, Senator Carpenter, Senator Deneen, Senator Givens, Senator Thayer, Senator Webb, Senator West, Senator Westerfield, Senator Wilson, and Chairman Howe.
Aye.
Passes.
Okay. This passes unanimously. Do we have a motion for consent, to put this on consent? Motion by Senator Thayer, second by Senator Wilson. All in favor of putting this on consent, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? This motion has passed. We'll go on consent. Thank you again, gentlemen, for all your hard work
Thank you,
on
Mr.
this.
Chairman. Thank you, Board.
Thank you. Next up, we have Representative Sarge Pollitt with House Bill 418. Please make your way to the table with whoever you have with you. Introduce yourself, and the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, Committee, Representative Sarge Pollock, District 51.
Kyle Kelly with Kentucky Farm Bureau.
Mr. Chair, Committee, Agricultural District and Conservation Act has been around since the 1980s with very limited changes. This particular bill defines the acreage in a agricultural district. It makes one change, and that change is lowering the required minimum acreage from 250 acres to 50 acres. There's 2 or 3 clarifications in there, basically notifying the city clerk that's located less than a mile from the boundaries of this agricultural district. The second clarification is to ensure that if a landowner wishes to withdraw a piece of land from the district and cannot do so by notifying the local social water district. And then the third clarification in this particular bill is to clarify that a sole water district may consider the solution of an agricultural district if the withdrawal results in remaining property not meeting the requirements. So basically, in a nutshell, that's what this bill does. If there's any questions, I'll be glad to answer them.
Motion by Senator Carpenter. Is there a second? Second by Senator Boswell. Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Senator Chambers Armstrong, Senator Boswell, Senator Carpenter, Senator Deneen, Senator Givens, Senator Thayer, Senator Webb, Senator West, Senator Westerfield, Senator Wilson, and Chairman Howe.
Aye. Thank you. We have that by unanimous vote. Is there a motion to put this on consent? Motion, there's been a motion. Is there a second? Second by Senator Boswell. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? This motion has passed. We'll go to the floor on consent. Thank you for all your hard work.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and this excellent committee.
The time to suck up is before your bill is heard, not after your bill is heard. We know you're still learning, but there's just a little friendly tip there. Before we adjourn, I see a bunch of kids in the back all dressed alike, so I know that's not by accident. Who you guys have you here? We want to know who you're with. With the Ballard, appreciate. We should have known from the green there too. So is that 4-H green or Ballard County green or yes? There we go. Senator Givens, I believe you had someone.
Mr. Chairman, I do, and thank you for acknowledging me. I was late getting into committee and had received notice on my schedule that maybe some of the ABAK board members are in the room. If they weren't introduced earlier, I'd love for the ABAK board members, Ag Business Association of Kentucky, if they're in the room, I'd love for them to stand and be recognized. Well, they are here, and we're honored to have them with us. We appreciate the leadership of our ag community. We often talk about the strength of agriculture, but often it is supported quietly behind the scenes by our ag businesses across the Commonwealth. And so, Mr. Chairman, I'm honored to have them here today and appreciate so much the work that this association does. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm sure there's one of those in Greene County, too, that falls into that mix. Senator Westfield, I believe you come in. Would you like to register some votes? On both bills, on House Bill 130 and House Bill 418. We'll register it. Thank you. If there's nothing else that anybody has, we are adjourned.